to episode 14 of Sony After Hours Sport. I am Derek, and with me is...
I am Larry. Hello. Yep. Good evening.
He's still Larry. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you being here. Obviously, those of you who know the drill, thank you for being here again. Those who may not know what this is all about, Larry and I are here to connect with our fans and our customers and anybody who really wants to join and just talk about anything regarding Sony. So if you have some questions, make sure you throw them in the comments. We do have an email. John, if you want to throw that up there for me too, if you do have deeper questions. And we do also offer a one-on-one consultation that is free as well. So if you're trying to figure out what the best TV is going to be for you, or the best lens, or whatever it happens to be, set up a one-on-one consultation. You can spend 30 minutes talking to an expert to find the best solution for what you're looking for.
Yeah, if you set up one-on-one consultation for DI, lenses, camera...
DI, digital imaging?
Digital image. Well, I say DI because I'm an expert. And you might get me. And I will definitely navigate you through your best choices of camera equipment.
Yeah. No, we have real experts for that.
Oh, shots fired already. Okay.
Yes, that's they cool. Are.
Yep.
But those of you who are watching this post live,
yes,
let us know if you have any comments as well or questions. Larry does a fantastic job of getting to most of those.
I'm not going to say what I said earlier, but yeah,
because
the time.
Yes, please don't. But yeah, time is spent to answer those questions as well. So,
yep.
Without further ado,
yeah, we should get started. Those questions and comments are usually like the highlight of my work day, so it's going down.
Hey, take everything you can. Now, this is good. This is good because actually, what I do like about this is being able to kind of really see what do people need from us, and how can we better support through future content that we make. Those of you who don't know, on the channel, the Sony Sport channel that we're on right now, is we make a ton of content for how-tos, product releases, overviews, features, things like that. But what else can we do to help support you guys?
Right.
Let us know.
Yeah. Wow.
There was
Ronald.
Oh, restore the. Oh, my chat disappeared.
That's okay. I got it. Ronald.
You got it? Okay.
Let me go ahead. So Ronald had a quick question out of the gate, right? Regarding A95L and Dolby Vision update. We were burning up the wires all day trying to get information, and no update. The only update that we've got is that the efforts are absolutely still going. This isn't something that's been forgotten about. It is just taking a little bit of time. Again, I think if this is your first time joining us, in a couple of the previous episodes, we talked about this being a collective or a collaborative effort between both Dolby as well as Sony. So it is requiring global engineers, right, to iron out the situation, both from the Tokyo side and then also here in the U.S., working hard to get it done. My sneaky suspicion is that there's going to be some more information, but not anything that we can share as we are right here on September 10th. Yep. But Derek and I are both committed that as soon as we get some information, whether it's a YouTube short or if it's just hopping in the comments to let everybody know, we'll make sure to do that.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. No, thank you for taking that one. And I want to get back to the chat. So, Joey B, Ronald, Ronan is here, and Michael Beckerman is here.
Here he is.
And Josue,
I'm telling you, man, Josue.
Wanted to learn from that.
There it is.
To say it right. So awesome. So let's. I mean, we can answer some of these questions that we have currently. And then we can talk about some of the stuff that we have to kind of share to kind of fill some time, especially for those people who are just interested to know what's going on.
Right.
Let's see. Well, just a comment here, Michael Beckerman. I got to see Sony's crystal LED video wall running in a dark demo room inside the Sony booth at CEDIA in Denver last week. OMG.
Yeah.
Out of this world amazing. Best display I've ever seen anywhere. We were planning on going to CEDIA originally, but we had a bunch of stuff that came up that we had to do, so that required us to come here to San Diego this week to take care of that, so we didn't get to do the CEDIA thing. But I heard it was amazing. I know there's some very cool stuff that was talked about, which we'll go into that a little bit as well. But yeah, the Sony CLED displays are no joke.
Yeah,
they are amazing. The B series, C series. So you know, they are sort of designed for, I guess, more professional and shop front type of stuff now.
There you
but
go.
Like, it makes me wonder what is the future?
Mm.
When will I get one in my house?
Such a
Reasonably priced, you know.
Such a dangerous discussion.
I know.
Yeah, I'm excited about that as well. And you know, big shout out. Speaking of CD, a big shout out to both Karina and also Imada.
Yes.
For stepping in last minute to sort of take the place of you and I. So big shout out to you all. Thank you very much for doing that.
Yeah, and
awesome.
let them know how they did on those videos.
Oh
too,
yeah,
if you see them.
The videos are up.
The likes and comments, all that stuff does help us identify what you guys like, what you want to see more of, and of course, comments helps us kind of know what more can we do.
Yeah,
there she is.
Look at that.
Yeah, she had to do a presentation like every half an hour or something like that.
5-minute presentation every 30 minutes, and she crushed it.
That's what I heard.
She is a trooper.
Yeah. Awesome.
There
Good stuff.
Okay, cool. Yep.
Yeah, there was a lot there for sure. Let's see. What else do we have? We got a great update. Josue said, hey, I just joined the stream. Hope you guys are doing well. We expect you. I don't know if Josue heard your response.
Yeah. Josue, we're still on it. No further quick summary. No further updates. I think we're going to hear something really soon. Just not as we are today, September 10th. So stay with us. Stick with us. The team is actively working on it. We're good.
Yeah.
So it'll happen.
Yeah, it's one of those things. And I appreciate that, you know, the follow up, because there is something obviously in all of our daily lives and our jobs.
Right.
Some may not enjoy them, some may enjoy them a lot, but there's always that follow up.
100%. That
sometimes things fall through the cracks. So, you know, keep us honest with that stuff, and we'll do the best we can to support getting those answers as soon as you can. Because I guarantee you, with you guys like, hey, what's the update? What's the update? We are pushing to get that update, and we want to be the first to say any updates when they come out. And honestly, if it, depending on timing, you know, whenever this does happen, I'm sure we would probably like to make like a breaking news.
Man, we live and die off those breaking news.
I know. Those are. I'm waiting for those moments.
Yeah, that'll be dope.
Awesome. I'm looking something up here. Do you want to hit some of those other?
Yeah, I do. Absolutely. Yeah. So, well, first of all, Ronald, of course, that's what we're gonna do. We'll definitely keep you guys updated. Game enthusiasts, no surprise. I know you're excited about PS5 Pro. That was crazy. The building has been buzzing, I guess, for the past, I don't know, few days. You could see something was prepping and still continuing to prep. We were busy doing some other things, so we didn't really get a chance to participate in some of the activities here in San Diego. However, we are working on a great relationship with the PlayStation team to where we can probably get more information to you guys and make that almost as mainstream as we are with like home entertainment, imaging, and then also personal audio. So just we're working on that. Also, Ronan, hey, be safe in Louisiana. I've got family from Louisiana. Unfortunately, I called it. It happens. It's the way the Gulf Coast is shaped. Early trajectories for Texas, actual trajectories Louisiana. So stay safe. Make sure everyone's okay.
Wish you well.
There. Yep. All right. So let's see. And Michael Beckerman, Mr. Beckerman, what was your question? Oh, can I talk about C-LED real quick? I know we talked about that. I've been dying, so you had a chance to see it in the darker space. Our previous setup, one of the many that we've had, actually was the C-LED behind us in our dark studio space. A lot of people thought it was a graphic overlay with our logo dead center on the wall, but that was actually the C-LED, and it's absolutely flawless. So no different than Derek. I'm hoping to one day in the very near future be able to enjoy that in my home. So
he's so cool.
Yeah, I think my wife would approve that.
It is awesome to see like that type of a screen, especially when we went to in LA. I'm blanking on the name. Help
DMPC.
Save me. Huh?
Pixamundo?
DMPC.
Oh,
yes, Digital Media Production Center of Los Angeles. Thank you. Thank you. Woo. Yeah, and we got a chance to do some demos and stuff like that, and that was, I forget which version it was, and that was like in our theater with this amazing set. It was absolutely incredible. It's one of those things that you wish we could get other people to experience somehow. Right,
definitely.
I don't know. Beyond me.
That's okay.
But
one time. All right.
Is what it is.
All right. So
go ahead.
Yeah, let's open up, because I think there's a couple of demos I want to show. this evening.
Ooh.
Can I show one real quick?
I don't.
I got to ease into
not
it.
your
So this
boss.
will be a simple one. Sometimes I do feel like I work for you. Okay. So one of the things that we've talked about in our products is having a closer relationship between the TV side and also the sound side, right? But I think everybody hates the idea of having all of these multiple devices and having a whole slew of remotes that you have to shuffle and juggle through.
Yeah, I have to hide them from you because you always end up with 5 of these, and we have to figure out which one goes to which TV.
And I'm known
Leave it alone.
I'm known to cut off the wrong TV, but yeah. So
You should probably label them, huh?
Yeah, that would be the smart thing, but no.
labeling probably would be a great idea, but anyway. So one of the things that we launched, wow, I want to say in 2020, maybe 2019, was set-top box control. Now I'm not going to demo that, but it's going to build onto a bigger story. So for those that aren't familiar with set-top box control, it was the idea in which you can program your Sony remote to work and control your cable box as well as the TV, all within one remote. This wasn't this wasn't really like a universal kind of. It's a little different. Cool thing about it was it allowed you to Bluetooth connect your remote to the TV, which gave it an isolated connection, a one-to-one pair. But then it used the IR signal or IR emitter from the remote to now then control the set-top box. Everything all in one remote. Now let's build on that. So now you have your TV, you have your set-top box, and now you have a home theater product. And so you still want to use one remote. Well, that's the cool thing about our quick settings menu on our TV. So if you haven't experienced this or you haven't seen it, you have the ability to control your theater products from the actual menu on the TV. So I want to show you guys something really fast, if I can. There it is. Okay, all right.
Was that like you?
Subtle hint.
So so I can bring up the quick settings menu here, okay? And on this quick settings menu, you get a variety of things, right? You have settings, notifications, picture, sound, anyway, a lot of the normal. But what you'll get as you scroll over here is some other items which I actually now have all turned off. So imagine these grayed out icons as items at work. So for example, if I had my soundbar connected with rear speakers, I'd be able to adjust the rear volume level. I'm able to also control the bass performance as well with the speaker. And I'm also able to toggle 360 SSM on and off for those reasons, right? Sometimes you just want to appreciate stereo sound. Sometimes you want that virtual experience. So having all of those controls in the quick settings menu is extremely beneficial. But something that a lot of our customers don't know about is if you continue to scroll all the way to the right, there's an edit function here. This allows you to customize this quick setting menu. I can decide that Bravia notifications is not a menu option that I'll ever use, and I can deselect that, right? I can continue to go on power saving. Let's say I've got mine set, no need to change it. Cool, I can deselect that. But things like adjust auto according to ambient light or some of the other settings that are down here, you can add those there. And then when you pull down and click close, those items are now present. You'll notice here that Bravia notifications, which originally took the second spot, is no longer there. So that's just kind of a quick little nugget that I want to open up with the quick settings menu. It's something we really don't talk about, but the convenience factor is definitely a great thing.
Did you show customization?
Yeah, I sure did.
Okay, sorry.
You literally weren't paying attention.
Literally was not paying attention.
That's okay. I'm going to assume you were in the chats.
Yes, so. I am. I have this problem. I'm going to share with everybody here, and I know you know about it. I have this problem, which is kind of good for this role. My strength from these tests and stuff to figure out what kind of psycho crazy person am I. I'm a learner. I need to know. So when somebody asks a question that I don't know the answer to, I have to find out the answer. So Joey B, literally, he's the one to blame for distracting me because this question came up. Is the newly announced MDR M1 the same as the Japan only release MDR M1 ST? So I'm on the Sony Japan website trying to find that out.
Is that a release radar?
I mean,
I think it
is. Well, I mean, yeah. If you want to talk a little bit about the M1 because you got a chance to check them out.
Well, yeah, I want to know. Did you find anything about the M1?
I'm still looking.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah,
trying to find out what that difference might be.
So I did do the video for the MDR M1, which is great because now I've done back-to-back experiences with the MDR MV1 and and the MDR1. Both are designed for the Pro, but both uniquely different, right? Mm-hmm. So the MDR MV1 is really leaning into sort of the mastering, right? It's very true to sound, very sort of flat, open back. Jeez.
Got you.
Anyway, open back form factor, lightweight, super comfortable. That's the MDR MV1. The MDR M1 is insane. So mixing, mastering, and monitoring are the three primary use cases for this set of headphones. The ideal behind these headphones are to replace the 7506. Yes. O is not a number. 7506. It's to replace. I'm just kidding, John. It's to replace those, but also take it to another level. Some of the things that are major about those headphones is the frequency range and support. So 5 hertz to 80 kilohertz is its performance range. It also has a bass response control, which was very interesting for me because as music or the mastering of music has evolved over the past couple of decades actually, there's been more need for bass, where years ago bass was something that you didn't add or it wasn't a part of your normal mixing or mastering process. Now it is. So being able to deliver that 5 hertz low frequency as well as the bass response control delivers that. But what I really loved about the MDR M1 is for a pro that's going to use this gear, you don't feel like this needs to be replaced. Most people have MDR V6s or MDR 7506s and have had them for years. Mm-hmm. It's not about constantly switching out, especially something you have, you're comfortable with it, and you love. But with the MDR M1, there was a lot of attention paid to the durability of the materials, how easy it is to replace the soft leather ear pads, also the cable, the screw-in snug fit for the cable so that you don't rock back when the brake drops and all of a sudden the headphone disconnects. Anyway, it's very, very thoughtful. So if you haven't seen the video, go check it out. I used a lot of big words that I had to study before I presented, but it's awesome. Those headphones are great, and if you're in the market for something for that, I definitely highly recommend it.
Yeah, I'm looking at. I can't say definitively if I've figured out if it's just a regional version of it, but they look very comparable. So you stumped me on that one. But we'll have to find out for sure if there are any other differences, because sometimes they do just have those regional changes that are very subtle, but can make a difference. Let's see. A shout out here too. Where'd you go? Global South. Welcome. Good to have you back.
Hey.
Love it. Running for days. Love watching you guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Love you being here.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for being here for sure. Let's see. What did we miss? We are seeing more and more new products get announced with Wi-Fi 7 support, including some even today. Oh, that very subtle hint regarding a family member of Sony. In your opinion, do you see any 2024 TVs possibly including it? This 2024? Oh, you meant 2025. Clarify. Good clarification. Yep. I don't know. Honestly, I mean, realistically, we can only guess.
Right.
We know absolutely zero.
Yeah.
And I'm looking into the lens directly because honestly, I want to know too.
Yeah.
But
I think I don't know either.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Well, let's look at our history. Let's look at our history.
Okay.
As the demand and use cases, for technology increases, meaning more.
The supporting
characters.
Yeah.
The more that those are available, then it becomes more relevant, right? Wi-Fi 6, there's that's still, you know what I mean? It's not a ton is even, really handling or supporting that. It's much more now.
Right.
But that's my sneaky suspicion is as the demand increases, we'll definitely follow suit. We don't want to fall behind.
No, you're absolutely right. So I would expect, because it does make sense, especially when we see, to your point, more and more other the things that would be connected to our TVs are supporting it. It kind of makes more sense to keep up and not be the bottleneck. But we'll kind of see, because that's unfortunately it's one of the things that's well beyond us. Yes.
Stay tuned.
Let's see. Any update on a new 4K player? I'm still rocking ES1000.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, there isn't.
First of all, there's nothing wrong. There has. I mean, Let me ask a different question. I honestly don't know the answer. Has there been a lot of innovation put into 4K players, or are they where they are? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good point, because I mean, I don't know.
Right.
Which leads me to there really hasn't been anything, because everything seems to be, well, especially I think, I could be wrong, but especially with Prime Video calibrated mode, has sort of set a new precedent for picture quality.
Yes.
In what's expected, because now you have this partner that we allow to, what is this supposed to look like based on this TV's technology?
Right.
Hardware, you can't really do that, because when you're running it through cloud-based, which is kind of how it happens, is when you choose whatever content it is you're watching on Prime Video, if it's sports, then that gets sent to Prime Video, and they say, oh, this is sports, here's the settings for this content. And the TV makes those changes, and away you go. But,
Can you imagine, so you're talking about streaming platforms, can you imagine if technology like PureStream, exclusive on Sony Pictures Core, content or features or tech like PureStream, if that then goes to other streaming platforms, Netflix, Prime Video, so on and so forth? Because the beautiful thing about PureStream is the 80 megabits per second bandwidth, which gives you that near Blu-ray quality in streaming format, but it doesn't take a ton of network speed to be able to deliver it.
Right.
That, I think some of those factors, like hardware is necessary when software can go no further. Right.
Yes.
That's basically the way it works. And as software technology improves, hardware becomes, I don't like to use the term obsolete, but it becomes less prevalent. You don't see it as often because it's available in, quite frankly, a less expensive form.
Well said.
Keeping it real.
Yep, absolutely. Global South says, saw some footage of Condo Trip 2024. It looked amazing. Yeah, it did look amazing. Yes, it did. Have you guys ever attended Condo?
No.
Fun little story. Oh, John had to cancel.
John gets regular invites. I'm the resident imaging solutions expert, and I literally don't get invited.
That's a lie. That's okay. You live that dream. I appreciate it. No, I was a little brokenhearted prior to becoming in the role that I'm in now. I was on the list to go, and
was the year that I canceled.
Was it? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, and I was like, all excited, like, oh, this is gonna be so cool. It was somewhere up in like the beautiful mountains of Utah. I forget what the place is called. Called like Snow Shine or something crazy. I don't know what it was.
Let's go with that. I like that name.
And I was super excited, and they're like, yeah, you can't go. And I was just brokenhearted.
Well, I've never been invited, so that's fine. I've never been on a list.
Isn't it worse to be on a list and be like, you know what? Nah.
No, because you were thought about. I don't want to make this about me and how bitter I am, but I'm a bit hurt. It's all good.
Killing me. We have another question here from Austin RHD. Yeah, but when are we getting the new 1000 XM6? I don't know.
Wait a minute.
I don't know. Yeah, here's what I can tell you. Now, maybe I'm gonna put myself on the line here, like Larry does.
I think you do it.
I have no idea, as I've heard literally nothing about it even existing. Next question. So, VR Monkey, Sony, do you have XB100? XB100 is awesome. The little guy.
Oh, yeah.
I do not have one. I have a XB13, which is still two of them, which I'm still rocking. But I did get to test it, and it was awesome. I made a video for it without having one. Just saying.
I have an XB1. Oh, your video was dope too.
That was alright. David did a great job.
Shout out to David. Yeah. I have an XB100. You know where it's at? It's at my wife's work.
Yeah, that makes sense. So one of my XB13s is at my wife's office, I believe. That's what I heard. But yeah, if you have any questions about that or any of the other ones, let us know. Just throwing it out there. The Oldfield one is awesome. Yeah, it is bigger, maybe 90% bigger. So it's noticeably bigger, but the bass response difference but you still get this portability is awesome. So I actually started to travel with my Oldfield one now, than my 13, which stays at home, but still love it. Absolutely incredible.
Do you know if STE ever got Field 1? I know we spoke to him on it before, and he said he liked the XP series, the smaller, because of the cup holder. And we told him the Field 1, imagine the Field 1 just being a tall can of your favorite beverage.
Your favorite beverage.
It's very similar. It still fits in the cup holder.
Yeah.
I'm curious if he ever got that.
Hmm.
Well, can I talk about another new product?
Yeah.
I have a release radar.
Oh, go for it.
All right. So, you're not going to see this. You're not. But to say that you're not going to see this says a lot. Okay? Okay. We're going to get interactive.
We've never done this before.
We're going to get interactive.
The lighting is...
Yeah.
It's
Nah, it's okay. It's all
Sorry.
right. Yeah. All right. No, it's okay. Hey, this is a live.
controlled lighting.
Yeah.
But you know what? I got.
But the B cam is good though. Oh, there we go. WFC 510. Okay. So I don't know what the full regular price of this thing is going to be. Anyway, I know how much it is now. It's in the US. It's like $59.99. Okay. When I got them in, I'm like, this is a $59 pair of earbuds, right? Let me tell you how much I love these little earbuds right now. And there's a couple of things that I like about them. First, and John, you can go back to first of all, how small they are. Like this is good. Like they're super tiny and they fit in the pocket, which works. But it's little things with me, right? So on the earbud, like a lot of our earbuds have, the touch panel and all this. These have physical buttons. Like it's a pressable button that still gives you the controls. It is, right? It pushes all the way down. The noise isolation. So the C510 is not noise canceling. Okay, at $59, it's not noise canceling. But the sound isolation or noise isolation that you get on these, it's insane. Like when I put them in my ear, it creates this seal that's like, it almost feels like noise. It almost feels like it. But it was such a big deal, and the sound isolation was so great that they added ambient sound mode to them.
Oh wow. Okay.
So that's kind of a testament to how much it does block out sound even without noise canceling. That it added ambient sound mode so that it would open up and you could hear everything around you. You guys have heard my story about Link Buds S and how, for those of you that have been around, how I sleep in my Link Buds S. This is my new sleeping device right here.
That's awesome.
I sleep with them super comfortable, very lightweight, up to 11 hours of battery life with the earbuds, and an additional 11 hours in the case, which gives you a total of up to 22 hours.
That's not bad.
I believe a 5-minute quick charge gives you 60 minutes. So WFC 510 up to.
Always up
dope.
to.
Which is great because without noise canceling, your only adjustment in sound usage would up to is the volume you're listening to your music.
Nice.
Sorry. All right. That was
that's good stuff. And we'll keep rocking out through these questions.
Yeah.
We have stuff to fill in time too, but I want to make sure that we address those
100%.
comments and questions per our promise, I guess you could say, to support all of you that are here with us. So again, thank you everybody for being here.
Yeah.
Please make sure you subscribe. Click the notification thing too, just so you don't miss any of our lives. I guess this is a good time to just kind of plug. We're still expanding on some stuff.
Wow,
and
are we ever?
We're working on some stuff. I'll tell you that. There is some learning curves, but you know what?
Busy bees.
Whatever we can do to really, like, Larry and I know this is almost like beating this too much, but we really want to change the way that we are connecting with people, because we genuinely care about how do we get the feedback, what can we do with it, how do we support you in more ways than we've ever done before. So if you haven't seen it already, and if you are interested in imaging solutions or getting to know more about your camera, Ranieri he's part of our team, has done a fantastic job with Sony in Focus. Simplified in Focus.
Not just in focus.
Just in Focus. It is just in Focus.
He's so good. We just made it in Focus.
Yeah. He's done an incredible job kind of starting out this one. We have another one coming up here in a couple of days about the solo creator and vloggers, like how do you use like a ZV type of camera and get the most out of it. So he'll be live as well answering questions. So if you're curious, check it out. And then we do plan on having some more different types of live stream shows too. So soon very soon, figuring it out, ironing out those details, but
wait till they find out we're gonna have our own TV network.
Oh, jeez. On top of everything else that we have
On
to
top of
do.
everything else.
Woo!
Oh, it's
Okay.
so crazy.
No, but we do love this part of it and trying to do more of this stuff. So please let us know what you like, by hitting the like and adding a comment, or what you want to see more of, what we should do different. We want to hear that feedback.
Yeah.
And you can always do that email as well, which I think, it looks like it was pinned up there too. So,
Yeah, good job there.
what else
Wait
was...
till they find out about the movie rights.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, the movie. Oh, God, that's going to be boring. With me in it. Ooh.
Who would play you in the movie?
Me.
I
would try it.
You would do a great version of yourself.
Yeah, I think so.
I
think
would
I'm
say
the only one that could do it accurately.
It'd be pretty believable.
It'd be very believable, I would hope. Full of disappointment.
Oh,
No. All right. So what do you got? So yeah. There was another question we have. Oh, I wanted to call this out, and so Sean, and I'm gonna take a gamble on the last name because I believe somebody lived near me many moons ago with a similar last name, Cranky. If I got it wrong, I apologize. But that's how
Good shot.
that was. And it just says, "Is this actually real?" Not really sure what you are referring to, so please let us know about that. What else we can address? And now, out of full transparency, because I don't want to just ignore things, that did follow up with,
Yes.
why does the Sony X900H contain a bunch of failed promises?
Expand on that, please.
Yeah, if you could expand. Wow, my scrolling just went weird. I lost that. So
I see it. Yeah.
wherever that, I lost it now. But if you could expand on kind of what you mean by that, I guess ultimately, and maybe we could answer a little bit more accurately to that.
Yeah, I absolutely want to talk about that. That's good. That's what we want to discuss.
Running for days. Good. This is a great question, actually. Do Sony TVs allow you to turn off TVs at a certain time? Like if I wanted to power off at 2:30 a.m. each night. Saw online you can only set it to power down in hour increments, like after 12 hours. You want to dive in there and take a
we
look?
can
Because
look. John, you want to take a shot at?
I do know the setting that you referred to.
Yeah, because there's
with
timer and
there's sleep timer, but there was,
and there's
because when I was in
Disabled. Oh, there you go.
timer, alarm.
there was and this is the new mode.
That's minutes. Yep. No.
Yeah.
No.
Because there was, I want to dive into this a little more.
Okay.
Because I remember when I was
Where
covering
you could
stores.
schedule.
Yeah, because there were some of my stores that would notoriously not turn on the TV.
Yeah.
So I did set it to turn on the TV half an hour before open.
Yeah.
And turn off half an hour after close.
Now, here's what's cool though.
I'll have to check and see if that's
Yeah, because Google TV has 10,000 plus apps. I believe there is an app that you can download.
I've used a third-party app for that.
Yeah, there's a
Interesting.
third-party app that will allow that, which is one of the great things about having all of those. I call them lifestyle apps because everyone's lifestyle is different and has a different need. But there is definitely an app that we've used in the past that can set power on and power off time. So look into that.
I'm gonna make a note of this.
Okay.
Because I want to find out.
Yeah. So we can follow up with that.
Yeah, it's just to throw this out there too. If there's a question that you really want an answer to, and we are unable to answer it 100% to your liking, two options that you have. Number one would be to send an email, which is great. Secondly, you could come back after the live and put a comment. That way we can actually reply to that comment with the answer. Because in the live, we don't have a way to go back and reply and tag a specific comment.
Correct.
So, feel free to send an email or a comment after the fact, and that would be easier to make sure we get you the info. Because I really want to find this out. Timer.
All right, let me get my shoe questions out of the way.
Yeah, knock those out. Get them all out of the way. We can all obsess over Larry's shoes for a little while. No,
well,
I'm just kidding.
The first thing I want to say is no, I do not have a second house. Which do you think Sony pays me? No, I don't have a second house for my shoes. And Mr. Beckerman, that is my collection of shoes. I own only T-shirts, if you haven't noticed. So this is why I have shoes. But yes, that is a bad habit of mine. That yeah. So that is my personal collection.
Austin has a great question about your hearing aids.
Oh, did Larry finally get hearing aids?
That's a great segue.
Well,
It is a great segue.
I'm interested now because there's a new hearing aid.
Yes, there is. Yes. And the yes, thank you. CRE C20 just made its appearance very recently. And I do want to take a moment to talk about hearing aids. I'm not going to start coughing and run away. Ironically, I do have a bad cough. I am fighting it right now, but I'm going to make it work. But I'm not going to abandon you, Larry. I wouldn't do that to you twice.
Twice, there you go.
Oh no. I'm laughing. All right,
Siri.
contain myself. All right. All right.
Wow,
Woo.
Derek.
I'm getting look at that. Did you see that
Look at-
magic
that was
trick?
magic. That was
Right?
great.
That
Yeah.
was pretty cool. But yeah, so seriously for a moment. Hearing is so much more important than we really realize. And we know from market information that there are and I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, a ton of people who don't realize that they have some hearing loss because we don't go to an audiologist like we do a dentist or an optometrist or even the doctor, right? It's just that one of those senses that just kind of like, I'm sure it's fine. But most of us, especially because of the incredible audio that we have, the incredible headphones that we wear, and blasting music, and that really can take a big toll on hearing. And I do know some people in my family that have some hearing challenges.
Yes.
One of them, I don't know if you're watching, good to have you home again, but I want to see what your thoughts are, but I'll talk to you later about that. But recently my mom actually went to an audiologist and found out that she did have some pretty bad hearing. Now she babysits my daughter and was having a hard time hearing her. And since she got hearing aids, it's been like a whole different experience of her now being able to much better interact, which is obviously better for my daughter, better for her, and she's so much happier. It's those little things that we don't really think about. Now, sometimes it can be intimidating to be like, oh, they're going to be so expensive, and I go through this process. If you think or you are perceiving mild to moderate hearing loss, you can consider an over-the-counter hearing aid. There's a lot of medical information you might want to check out, so you can find that on our website. Actually, even on the box of the product, it actually lists a lot of these things that you might want to be aware of, like ear pain and things like that. You want to get that checked out prior to just jamming in a hearing aid. But at the end of the day, it is something you should consider, especially the long-term effects, healthier cognition, things like that, keeping you more mentally capable as you get older, which I am. And I want to be aware of that too. So I wish everybody out there, take care of yourself the best that you can, and it's something to consider. And I'm not saying buy Sony hearing aids. I'm saying get your hearing checked if you think you need to. That's my message. If you need to go to an audiologist and you end up getting hearing aids and Medicare or insurance covers that, great. Great. As long as you are happy and healthy, that's the most important thing. But I do like that Sony does have an option that you can try as well that is over the counter.
Yes.
And the new CRE C20s are super tiny. I don't know. Oh, did we freeze? Okay. There we go. I was like, right there.
It's a great plus point.
Yeah. Okay. Don't cough. I got this. They're really, really small, and they can make a really big difference. I haven't had a chance to try them myself, but they have been getting great reviews, great responses, rechargeable battery, super discreet, especially if you have some sort of stigma, which I get. So many people just don't want to have a hearing aid that makes them look old.
Right.
That's okay. There's also the CRE E10s, which actually look like earbuds.
Yeah.
So you can get away with that. So many people wear earbuds all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes too often.
Yeah,
But yeah.
It's true.
Just a quick note about that. Sorry I went off onto a deep tangent, but it's really kind of resonating with me a little bit more.
It gave me an opportunity because you're right, because you led off with you're not sure what the number is. Okay.
Oh, did you look it up?
I sure did. National Institute of Health estimates 25.4 million people in the United States suffer from mild hearing loss, 10.7 million moderate, and 1.8 million severe. This is starting after age 12.
Yeah.
So the idea of you have to be an older individual to have your hearing tested or whatever the case may be, we've got to throw that out of the window.
Yeah.
Like it can be anyone.
Yeah.
So
And there is, if you are curious, and I don't know, because this is just kind of popping into my head, I know the 1000X Mark V's, WH at least, and I know there's a few other models that actually have a safe listening mode, and it actually can track what the average decibel level is that you're listening to make sure that you're not going into a damaging level. So that's it within the Sony Headphones Connect app as well. Check that out. So
cool. young me always wanted sound and everything louder. Older me is like, God, you moron.
Yeah, I still want it louder. That's where I'm like my dad. He's a drummer. He's got some hearing challenges, so I want to see what he thinks about these, if I can make that happen. So a couple more questions, and then we'll catch up, because it looks like there's a lot that's happening. Awesome. Thank you. We appreciate it. We're going to start going through these. Not too fast, but hopefully quickly. Glenn Coco. Hi, Derek and Larry. Hello. Would Sony consider developing some type of internal 4K Blu-ray player for future Bravia TVs similar to Panasonic's MR770 series available in Japan? I will speculate not. I can't say for sure, but one thing I can say is the Japan market and the US market is very different. Very different. There's this weird, almost an obsession with people needing the thinnest TV possible. And I get it. From an aesthetic, it does make a difference, but I do not understand. And no, I'm sorry if I offended. I'm not meaning to offend, but working in retail as long as I did and selling TVs, how many times people would look at it and be like, oh, and then they need to look at the side and be like, how thick is this one? This is 2 inches. Do you have anything thinner? It's like, I mean, yes, technically. I mean, things have changed. So the OLEDs are super, super thin, and things have gotten really thin. But if you're determining and you're sacrificing picture quality for a 1/4 of an inch thickness difference, like, please don't, in my opinion. But, to each their own. I'm not saying you get what you want to get, but I just thought it was crazy. But that's kind of why I don't expect that, because the U.S. market has this weird obsession with demanding the thinnest TV possible.
Yeah, another thing that happened, first of all, shout out to the name Glenn Coco. My wife would definitely appreciate that. So the other thing was just the industry in the US, the reason why it shifted away from that, like, this goes back to when you had VHS combos with TVs, right?
Yeah.
If something failed on the Blu-ray player, the VHS player, whatever, and you had to get it repaired, you're now without a TV. Or you now have a TV with this non-functioning aesthetic contradictory thing to thin. That was the US market that became sort of the challenge, why it shifted away from it just a little bit.
Yeah, and this is one of those things too, because kind of thinking about that is we run into the challenge of, if it was possible to say, what do you want? Oh, you want perfect. We got exactly that thing. What is it you want? You don't want 6 of those features, but you want 12 other ones? Okay, you know what? We got it. And that is I would think that would be the most frustrating thing about developing products, because it's like, how do you appease everybody? Because I have a lot of friends who are hardcore physical media folks and have hundreds, thousands of DVDs and Blu-rays and 4K Blu-rays. And, those are those type of people. This is the way to enjoy it, because, if the internet's out, I can still watch a movie. Absolutely. Which I ran into recently, and it drove me nuts, because I'm a streamer. Which most people are. So it's a balancing act. Personally, I mean, I would love to see it as an option, but we'll see, but I don't expect it.
Glenn Coco, do me a favor. Open up your search browser. I can see it. Your search engine of choice. I'm going to stop trying to walk. That's just not like me to do that.
Yeah, that's
true.
Google
this. Google KDL 32 EX40B.
Throwback.
The B in 40B is Blu-ray.
Oh, wow.
It's a 32-inch TV with a built-in Blu-ray player.
2010, I think.
Wow.
So this is another one of those instances where we gave it a shot early on, got a lot of consumer feedback, and if you think about 2010, that's when bezels were like, how thick is your bezel? That's when the bezel conversation, we weren't talking about depth at that point. We were talking about bezels. So bezels were starting to shrink at 2010.
Yeah.
And then we got to this near bezel-less design, and all of a sudden it's like, all right, now let's turn the TV sideways and smash it together, right? So, but it's been done, and the feedback. So more to the point was, and I had forgotten. Thank you for our crafty research team that was able to provide that information to me. And so we have done it before, but yes, and so there you have it.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I feel like we're behind in questions, so we're going to keep going here.
Let's do it.
Is there a way to check to see how many hours of use are on a panel of the new X85K?
I'm so sorry.
Usage time on an X85.
Ooh. Meaning before you have degradation of performance?
No, just in general. He bought an open box. Just curious. Would that be an about?
No, it's in the. It's in the, what do you call it? The service menu. So I'm just gonna say this: if you can find a way to access the service menu, you can find that information. Unfortunately, because of warranty reasonings and things like that, we are, as employees of Sony, are not able to disclose service menu access and things like that. If you are able to find it or know someone who can, I believe that information is in there. I think that's as close as I'm gonna walk to that line.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of curious. I might need to dive into there, but I'll reach out to you. I got we've been in contact, so I'll see if I can find out.
Oh, okay.
All right, Zlotko. Sorry if I said that wrong. I'm not going to try to butcher your last name here. Last name on there. I don't know if this is the right place to ask this. It's not, but I'll ask anyway. Glad you did. I want to know, is the PS5 Slim vertical stand compatible with the PS5 Pro, just like the disk drive is? I wish I had an answer for you. Unfortunately, we don't cover the PlayStation side of the business, but
working on it.
Yeah, we're working on getting some interactivity and connectedness with that team to be able to kind of support those types of questions here as well. But unfortunately, I do not know, especially because everything was kind of announced today. And
email us.
Yes. Oh,
because that's our gateway.
Yes. Thank you. I don't know why I wasn't thinking about that. Okay. If you could, there is a pinned comment with our email. Send that exact same question to me, and we'll get that to the right people and see if we can get an answer for you pretty quickly. Hopefully we can. We'll do our best. Cool.
John has a connect.
Yeah, we didn't.
We had a visitor. We were too busy to visit with our PlayStation visitor, but
yeah, it's always too much going on right now. But we'll definitely find out. Yeah. Let's see. And I don't know if you can answer this or not. Luca, welcome. Good to have you back, sir. Can you compare the 7506 with the M1 headphones? Are they more bassy when the bass vent is turned up? I don't know that.
Yeah, so let me go to my notes, because I've been talking to the sound engineer that's on that team about a ton of questions regarding that. We'll move on to another question. Let me find out, and then I'll just interrupt as I do when I get the answer, if it's on here. I'm gonna censor this one. Okay.
For the safety of all parties involved.
I like it.
But Luca had a comment here. Sony should collaborate with a certain A brand shoe. Okay. Two of my favorite brands.
Hold on. Let me go.
Anyway, I'm gonna move on.
Did you pop that up there?
I think I captured Larry's reaction to this comment.
Come on, Luca. Come on, man. I thought we were boys.
That's exactly why he knows. He knows what's up.
But I do have the answer for Luca, though.
Oh, yeah.
I do.
Go ahead.
So the frequency range on the 7506 is 10 hertz to 20 kilohertz. On the MDR-M1, it's 5.
Right, yeah.
So it'll get lower. That's even. That's just naturally even without the bass response control. So yes, the interesting thing, this is the first time we've had a Pro Series headphones at some of our assets that we have in graphics from the global campaign included a DJ. So
nice.
Usually it's studio monitoring, mixing, things of that nature, not DJing. So my assumption is that I had to do the video before we had the product available, so I didn't get it to test it. I guess I could have just went upstairs and tested it now that we're here. But from what Andy communicated to me, I like dropping one names because it's one, first name doesn't matter. What Andy said is it absolutely will have a lower frequency performance and a tighter bass due to the diaphragm.
Nice.
So yes.
That's always awesome.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
All right, man. I hate when my
Oh, Derek's hair is in the building.
well, physically, yes, it is.
Oh,
It did join me today.
Yeah, it's true.
Let's see. God, my chat just jumped again. I just want to see if there's anything that I missed. Did you see anything that I missed?
Does a Bluetooth transmitter feature inside of Sony's current line? This is Mr. Beckerman. In Sony's current line of 2024 TVs support Sony's LDAC Bluetooth protocol.
I don't think I've seen anything that states that.
I haven't seen anything that states it.
And
I think Mr. Beckerman lives for the moment. No, go to Derek's camera when he coughs. All right, like go right to him. Let us look into that, Mr. Beckerman. I know this is one for you because I know you love to try to stump us with these great questions. Let me take a look at that and see if we can find out that information, and we'll definitely, we know how to contact you, so we'll hook you up with that answer.
All right, apologies that I need to step away for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, good. A lot going on.
There are some people. A couple times it's come up about Sony and the crypto thing. I honestly don't know anything about it, and that's above SNA. That's part of Sony Japan, as far as I understand. Sony Electronics as a whole. So I honestly don't know anything, and I can't really speculate on it either, especially because it's one of those things that my brain can't handle. I'll just say that much.
All right, I'm trying to catch up. Yeah, Luke and I are still best, my dude. We're good.
Let's see.
Yeah,
did we kind of catch up? Oh wait, there was something that I just saw. Oh God, where was there was something about using hearing aids and headphones? Was it Luca?
Here you go. I threw it up on the screen.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
That's like headphones inception.
I mean,
it's
technically, yeah.
I mean, not buds, not earbuds.
Like
It would have to be.
if you type and then you went, yeah, you said headphones. So if you go, if you went CRE C20s and then 1000X Mark 5s.
In theory,
yeah. I'm just trying.
Right now.
It's okay. In my mind, the answer is absolutely yes. But I'm trying to talk myself out of saying yes because it's almost too obvious.
I don't know if there is a
Like literally, they can't hear you. It's fine if you just want to talk to me.
Yeah,
but they can't hear you.
I don't think I'm supposed to have two of these so soon. We're gonna see. I should live through this. All right,
That's great.
I want to double check because obviously physically, yes, you can do that, and the technology states that you would be able to amplify it. However, I don't know if there are, in some cases, different electromagnetic fields because of broadcasting would be an issue. Oh, and I can say this. This is something I learned about these fairly recently. You would actually lose control of the hearing aids with the app because they actually rely on emitting sound. So I guess in theory you could, but I think there might be reasons to not do it. But I'm going to find out because I'm curious.
I'm curious too. We need to know the answer. Ryan can help us out with that, right? He's a great partner.
Yeah.
He's solid.
I'm making a note.
There you go. All right.
Ocha with HP. All right.
Okay.
Let's see. What else we got? There's so many things.
I know. And while you're doing that, let me look at our.
Any news on PS6?
Yep.
Yeah,
no
go
news.
ahead.
There's no news. I'm not getting fired today. No.
I mean, they just announced the Pro today.
That's how
it's
happens.
people being silly.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. There's a Theater U on the desk, I see.
Oh,
yep.
It is.
Are we likely to ever see an alt version of that product with bass boost? That's interesting. Now, I would say it probably wouldn't be part of this line, being that this is Bravia Theater. So this is a little bit different in terms of what its purpose is, in terms of giving you more that atmospheric cinematic sound. However, could Alt create their own version of a neckband speaker that does very similar stuff with that extra bass boost? That would be crazy.
Do you know why I'm laughing?
No.
The internal fighting that would exist. I mean, think about it, right? I'm just keeping it real, right? I'm just gonna keep it real. Like PlayStation's buds and InZone buds, right? Like, there's always, and I know we've had that conversation here. Which do you prefer? Which is better? Whatever the case may be.
But that is one of those things too, where then you go back to everybody wants an option to fit their needs, because there is going to be somebody that's going to get this, be like, it doesn't give me enough bass.
Right.
I literally am using my theater use every single day when I'm home.
Must be nice to have a pair.
Oh yeah, you know, it is. It's great. You missed the sale.
Some of us don't have them.
Well,
Some of us don't
let's
have
tell you.
a
All right, let's see. What else have we been missing here? Just a comment here on PS5 Pro is very high. I mean, unless you're providing the DualSense version 2. Yeah. No, hey, you can mention anything Sony related to us here. Just to kind of mention, though, that we don't cover the PlayStation side of the business, but we are in HQ. Look at the right camera. That one. That one now. That one. We are in the same building with a lot of those folks. They're upstairs, and they don't talk to me. But no, I'm just kidding. We do have some people that we can reach out to kind of give some feedback. Hey, this is what we're hearing in our communications and comments. So sure, throw it out there. If anything, it's just more feedback that we can provide them, and they can choose to use it or not. But we will guarantee that we will pass on the feedback and the information to appropriate people as best we can.
I love it. So Derek knows all the appropriate people.
I try.
You do.
I try. Okay, we kind of hit
One more release radar.
oh, is there?
Oh yeah, there was.
Oh. I was like, wait, what was it? Yeah, we kind of talked a little bit about Cedia, but we didn't talk about the announcement at Cedia. Two new.
Wow, that's not even though there's two. Yeah, that's true. There's two.
But yes, go ahead.
We plan our show to the T. We cross the I's and dot the T's and make sure everything is ready to go.
I just sat down 60 seconds before the cameras went on.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Here's some notes that we want to do. Hey, Larry, did you know you started a notes page like a week and a half ago? Nope, forgot about that. Anyway, yeah, so Cedia just ended last week, and we did announce two new projectors. The Bravia Projector 8 and Bravia Projector 9. Awesome B-roll.
Look at the names.
The naming, right? Yeah, we won't go.
Hey, Karina!
I don't know why she's always so serious, though.
Don't forget about the awards from CDA.
Best of show.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, they are awesome. And, you know, really kind of bringing in the Bravia XR processing to the projector world and maximizing what is possible, because there is a difference between how you need to process a video signal for a projector versus a TV.
Right.
And we're really nailing how to do that.
Yes.
XR Deep Black and the XR Dynamic, I made a note. Dynamic tone mapping.
Oh.
I had to make a note of that one because honestly, I haven't spent a lot of time with them, even though we did some pictures.
Tell us about those pictures you did.
It was John.
Leading competitor.
John did it. No, we were actually comparing the previous versions, the 7000, 5000, versus the new ones, the 8 and the 9.
Oh, look at you being
No, the
safe.
leading competitor.
Yeah, you're being so safe.
This is where it started.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
You know what? I'll let you cook.
Goodness. Oh my
I'll let
goodness.
you cook.
But yeah, I have to say the improvement of when they were showing even the 7, and then we showed 7000.
Yeah.
Sorry, to the Bravia Projector 8, and I was just stunned by like the noticeable difference. I was like, oh my gosh, I thought it was going into the 9, which is even brighter.
Right.
And it oh my gosh, they're incredible. Yeah. And I wish I could have a projector. Like, I literally have nowhere I could ever put a projector, but man, are they impressive. But yeah, the Bravia Projector 8 2700 lumens and 3400 lumens for the Bravia Projector 9. So they are very bright. However, I'm just going to throw this out there, and you got to do some research, or feel free to reach out to us if you do have these questions. When you are looking for a projector, the lumens number is not the end-all be-all to determine better or worse.
Right.
There's so much more that goes into it, and there are certain cases where certain brands might say, oh, this is our, we're going to get 3900 lumens, and that's cool. That's in like office mode white, where there is zero contrast and zero color, basically. And that is not what you watch movies in. So if you're looking for a cinematic projector, I am 100% behind us as being one of the top dogs out there for sure. And they're beautiful and they're amazing.
Yep.
Why don't you just take the next part? Because I know you like to talk about that stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
You're going to hand over DI to me?
Sure, that's not what I was talking about. But
oh.
I was going to talk about... Yes, competitor.
Oh.
Because I know you like that stuff.
Yeah, I do like that stuff. You're just being safe.
I am.
So the other thing that we did, because we like to do this internally, is to take a leading competitor's product and oftentimes whose on paper their specs appear to be higher, and do side-by-side, apples-to-apples comparison. When I say apples-to-apples, same room, same environment, same screen, same source content, which is all key. And Derek's right. So when he talks about sometimes don't get so caught up into the spec sheet and reading that, the performance of the projector and how it's delivering realism, clarity, the processing side of what Projector 8 and Projector 9 are doing is amazing. I had the 7000 at my house. Was that last year? I had it
2 years ago.
2 years ago. I had it 2 years ago for like 3 weeks. I thought it was permanently mine. I was excited, had it mounted in the whole nine. Then I got the friendly email with a return label for me to ship it back. Boo-hoo. But I had never seen anything as incredible until we went into that room and started looking at those new projectors. And I'm like, I'm not going to ask for it because then I'll have to ship it back, and I don't want to go through that anymore. So I'm cool rocking with what I have. But, man, that was incredible. So
yeah, if you get a chance to check it out,
yeah,
do so. I'm not really sure what kind of places will have it on display yet because they're fresh. And I know a lot of times I haven't heard anything yet, but oftentimes when we come out with new projectors and lenses, cameras, and things like that, which will I'll segue.
Nice.
Nicely
done.
Yeah, it's pretty rough actually.
You're a
Oh
pro.
man, you guys try to make me feel better about myself. I appreciate it. But we often sell them so quickly because people know. Oh man, this is going to be awesome. So we'll kind of see what sort of availability they'll have on that.
Yeah, especially on the heels of CEDIA, where that industry, that really side of that business comes together. And when you walk away with that kind of hardware, But
so, poor segue over to digital imaging. We did announce also a new lens, an 85f1.4 G Master. This lens I want. The videos that I shoot, G Master Mark II. Sorry, I didn't mention the Mark II. If you do see any of my videos and if you think it's a cool style or has a decent look, thank you. First of all, let me know because I'm trying to improve it. I use an 85-1.8, and I just think it looks great for video because the way you kind of compress the back and I usually shoot about f2.2. I know, yeah, you want all the f stops. F1.4. Let me shoot it.
F2, you peasant.
Yeah, I know, right? Jeez. But yeah, so if you are interested in photography or videography, anything like that, this lens is going to be an absolute beast. A lot of people overlook, like people that are into photography are kind of aware of what the capabilities of like an 85mm focal length is going to do for photos or videos. It's definitely worth checking out because it's makes the background look really good.
Absolutely. Oh, we've got
what did we miss?
questions.
What did we miss?
Derek's hair.
You know what I'm going to say because we're still trying to figure out who this is.
Yeah, I really want to know who this is.
Check your chat.
Oh, you know who it is?
I was going to say that I don't know for sure unless there's something in there.
Which
but seeing as the focal speakers paired with the projectors were amazing as well, which means somebody was at CEDIA.
Yes.
We're on to you.
You're getting
narrowing it down.
So do you know John?
I sent it to you.
Oh, did you?
Oh boy, we're gonna find out. Anyway, let's see. What do we got? Well,
I wanted to deal with the question. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked off on what Derek's here was talking about. Let's talk about a TV that's 5,000 nits, and is that TV a Bravia 9 killer? That's a great question.
So, I know. Well, do you want to take it? You can have it.
You start. I'll see if there's anything I want to add. But I'm sure you're gonna kill it.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, wow. You know those moments when your brain just stops?
Yeah.
I just had one of those.
Yeah. You try to can, but you can't.
Okay. Start it up again. All right.
You're good.
Yeah. So one of the things that people often overlook or kind of don't think about or research deeply is numbers like that. Nits, lumens, like I mentioned on a projector, are not the full story. When it comes to TVs, just to kind of keep this simple, because I know most people have heard it, but obviously you can always ask deeper questions.
Yep.
It's usually like, hey, here's a peak where it's like maybe for a quarter of a second you can max 2% of your screen at this super bright thing, and then it's going to go away and be gone for a while.
Yep.
That could be great, but it's really up to the processing and control that's going to make the difference. And on top of that, it's when you talk about like peak brightness is typically white, which generally most content you don't often see pure white.
Right.
You often have, even the sun, it actually is yellow or it might have oranges, and if you are not able to control that light accurately, you're actually losing color and peeking out into white, and it's just really bright white with no detail actually can take away from the experience of what you're supposed to see. So is it a concern? No. It's cool to see that the technology is pushing brighter and brighter, but knowing what the Bravia 9 can do, especially when you compare it to the HX3110 mastering monitor that we have, which is used to grade content, it's like, that is like unbelievably close. So
here's my shot. You nailed everything. So here's my shot. I'm going to call back to something I said earlier. Hardware and software, right? When you cannot develop software to properly process color, control backlight, and things like that, you have to try to flood a product with it. I'm not taking shots. Maybe. you have to flood your product with a whole bunch of hardware that has these great numbers, okay? You all have seen the backlight system on the Bravia 9 and the controllers that control the zones and pinpoint that level. If you don't, let me take a step back. What's the biggest challenge? Let me ask you a question. What's the biggest challenge people experience with an LED television?
With an LED, black level.
Black level, because of
there's a limitation of control.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you're fighting blooming, right? At 5,000 nits, without the backlight system and a processor, how much blooming do you think you're going to see in any dark scene? Either you're not going to see any black, you're going to live in a world of gradient gray, okay? Or everything's just going to bloom like crazy. It's really funny because it is sexy to try to have this really big number, but when you step back for a second and you really look at what that means when you're watching content, you understand why they're them and we're us.
Right. Yeah.
That's the key.
Yeah.
Leave it at that.
And I would say this for anything, and even ours, our products. If you just look at a number on a spec sheet and base something off of that, there's usually some. Yeah, you have to be very careful with that because the software processing and how it's utilized makes a really big difference, and that's pretty much across almost anything that I can think of off the top of my head. STE in the house. Good to have you back. Welcome.
Oh, I love Ronan's comment. I'm not going to touch that one. But
what, nice. LMAO Larry?
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Oh, that's all. That's the first
down
one I see.
Lower. Yeah. How can a company that doesn't even make a 5-second fast food restaurant commercial beat the company that brings you the Super Bowl every year?
That's fair.
That's a YouTube short. I love it. I love it. Shout out, Ronan. I love that. Okay, Derek's walking off. So here's what we'll do.
You want to do this?
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to show you guys something really quick. I don't have a smooth segue like Derek, but I'll do this. Here's something else that I want to show you guys on our TV that a lot of people don't talk about, don't know about, or whatever the case may be. Whenever John can take me to the A95L. There we go. Okay.
Shapes and colors?
Sorry? Yeah, shapes and colors and numbers and more. Okay. Wow. All right, here we go. So what I want to show you all is Ambient Optimization Pro. You've heard us talk about Ambient Optimization Pro, and we talk about how it auto does this and auto does that. But I don't know how many of you all have seen it in practice in real time. So what I'm going to do is let me scroll down to Ambient Optimization. I passed it. There we go. Right here. No, it's the other one. Of course, it's the other one. It's this one. There we go. Okay. If you notice, shout out to Jackie, but do you see the little diagram with the two green dots? Those two green dots are named Derek and John because the camera, using Bravia Cam on the A95L, it's able to see them. Wow. There it is. No, well, he moved. That's okay. So I'm going to ask Derek to move around a little bit. But while Derek's moving around, I also want you to pay attention to the sliders. Okay. Look at the brightness slider. Look at the sound balance. See how brightness dropped all the way to low? Derek is 2 feet away from the television. So in real time, it identifies the fact that Derek got closer and it lowers the brightness. Now Derek is about, 10 feet away from it, off to the right. You can see him right on the edge. You'll see that the brightness has moved more to the midpoint, and you see now that the sound balance has shifted from the middle to somewhere between middle and right. If you take a look at the green dots, you see that the subjects that the camera is identifying are on right and left. Now Derek has moved to the left. Let's give it a second. And now the sound is balanced dead center, and the brightness has got slightly lower because Derek is closer. I feel like now I understand what sports commentators do when they're trying to do play-by-play. Yeah. But what I'm trying to say in this whole thing is this is how sophisticated our processor is. And when you include or add a Bravia Cam to our premium TVs from last year and our 2024 TVs from this year, you see there's a level of automated calibration that happens. Everything from the brightness, performance, voice emphasis, and also your sound balancing. The idea is if person A is in the middle of the room and person B is to the extreme right of the room, why are we sending audio to the left of the room where no one is? You reconfigure what the central or the center point is in the space, and you calibrate the audio that way. Picture and audio calibrated in real time with the help of the camera and Ambient Optimization Pro. It's so dope.
Yeah. That was a good way to kind of show it off too.
So dope.
And I do want to apologize for my respiratory challenges today. I've
That's a good way of putting
fighting it to be here. But yeah, I think that was a really good representation. So if there are other things that you would like to see or walk through, especially on the TV, because now that we have this space and have a camera over here with the TV that we can do this, let us know. Let us know in the comments now or later. Send us an email. Again, that is pinned in the comments as well of what sort of things we can better show to help you guys get the most out of your Sony product.
I like it. Okay, what are we trying to
Yeah, what I
catch up?
miss. Okay. I don't really see too much right now.
I wish they would make a 3D 8K 10,000 nit TV with 360Hz processor at 180 inches.
You lost me at 3D. Because I don't think that's going to happen anymore.
We showed a 10,000 nit display.
We did. Years ago. Oh my gosh, that thing was awesome.
Showed it.
Yep.
There was a popular DJ in Vegas who has residency
yes.
who could not understand why he could not buy this prototype. It was insane. It was madness.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Anyway.
All right, so I do want to bring up one thing here too. So just I don't think this gentleman is here with us, but I received an email and I've been going back and forth with somebody who had some questions about how they get the most out of their Sony ES receiver and all of the speakers that they have. There was quite an elaborate setup. I kind of built out a concept of what the setting is and where everything is. Reached out to some people because I did not have the answer. And just recently, actually just today, I got a call from somebody that I reached out to. He's one of our CI pros who knows custom install stuff. Yes. Awesome guy. Andrew, shout out to you. You're probably not watching, but that's okay. I forgive you because you probably don't know what's happening. But anyway, He's like, yeah, let me set up all of that stuff. Give me some time, and I'll walk through some options. So there was a lot, especially because receivers can be very challenging. So I wanted to also bring up a. Did you?
No, you're
okay.
good. No, go
Sorry.
ahead. No, yeah, that's my bad. You're good.
You're good. You're good too. Wanted to bring this up. Oh, whoop, there we go. That.
There it is.
There
You're
it is.
pointing at me.
Yes.
That's cool. Yeah.
Larry over here. No, this is an awesome list that is on the support website that kind of walks you through all of the different speaker layouts that you can have for different receivers. There's a lot of information there, but it can help at least get you started based on what type of speakers you may already have existing and how do you get the most out of them. But it is a really good resource. So if you do have questions, you can always reach out to us and we can do our best to help get that answered as best as possible. But just a reminder, this does exist. This is actually found. This I'm looking at it over there. It's throwing me off. My brain can't brain right now. But John, I don't know. Do you have a link?
I'll add it in the description.
Okay, there will be a link in the description as well. That'll take you to it. But if you are not aware, just to kind of talk a little bit about the support website. When you look up any particular product, you go to the help manual that's digital. You can search for specific things to help you find exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So.
Troubleshooting tips and tricks, just simply how to do things. It's a great reference for you to have. That's good. I'm going to give Derek a moment. I'll take two of them. I have two. Max Molly had a question. I think this is the time of the show we'll revisit that point. Max Molly asked, first of all, welcome. I've never seen your name before. Thank you for joining us. What's happening with A95L fix with not tracking Dolby Vision? It is currently, we spoke about this a little bit earlier, but the A95L discussion with Dolby Vision is still currently, look, it's not, I want to go a little further. This is not exclusively a Sony issue. It is it's a combination of Dolby and Sony needing to work this out. Both teams have been working really hard to get a solution, not just for the record, not just for a solution today, but also any future adjustments or changes that may happen with the Dolby Vision formatting. The idea is to fix it and fix it once, right? Yep. So that will be happening really, really soon. So just stay tuned for that. I promise you guys, as soon as we hear this information, we'll get it over to everyone and we'll be good to go.
Absolutely.
Mr. Beckerman asked, do any of the Sony TVs with Voice Zoom 3 allow you to actually adjust the level of the feature up or down with your voice using the remote? So here's what's interesting. I haven't tried it with Voice Zoom 3 because it's a little voice control labor intensive. But you can prompt your assistant. I don't want to say it, and every device in here freak out.
Yeah.
You can prompt your assistant, and then you can say, open up settings, and then you can say go to Voice Zoom, for example, and then once it highlights there, you can say go to max, go to min, go to 5. I haven't tested it with Voice Zoom 3. I've done it with brightness. I've done it with some other things.
So it works with most quick settings options.
Most quick setting options. And
okay.
With Voice Zoom 3 being in quick settings,
yeah,
it should work, but that's something that is, I'm actually going to try that when we finish.
I didn't even know you could do that.
I've failed you as a friend. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't really talk about it a lot because you almost have to physically have this lengthy conversation, with your television to get it to work. I know what the ask is to say, okay, such and such, change Voice Zoom 3 to 5, and then it just does it. Because the assistant functions that exist in Google, and then also the control function that exists in Sony, you have to tell Google to now talk to Sony to do this. It's one of those things that sometimes with third-party apps, I have a vacuum cleaner that I have to say, okay, can you ask this product to do this thing, right? Anyways, I'm sorry, I'm going off on a tangent, but yes, there you go.
Nice. I just want to make a comment here too. Matthew Brannigan making a comment to the air quality in San Diego. I don't think that's the issue because it's been happening to me since I was at home, which is not here. But the reason I wanted to mention that too is I did clip a comment that you had earlier, and I put it in my notes here. Nice. Yes, we need an SIE rep on the show, I think. So I just copied that comment and put it in my notes so I can share that with that team and see what we can do.
Yes.
Kind of add some of the value directly. So thank you for that.
You look great with a neon sign behind us.
I don't know if you guys acknowledged it, but Ranieri's in the chat too.
Oh, Ranieri's here?
Is he?
Ranieri's in the chat, I guess. Oh, yeah.
What's up, Ranieri? What's up, brother?
Yeah, look at all that camera gear he's got.
Look
Yeah.
at that.
So as we mentioned, and we'll bring it up again now in case there's anybody here that has
Yeah.
joined us. Ranieri's done a fantastic job kind of introducing this new concept show of In Focus. Really focused
see
on,
what you did there.
well, yeah, you came up with the name, so I gotta give you props to that. Of how to get the most out of your camera, and working on some vlogging stuff currently. So the Solo Creator, that's coming up in a couple of days. So if you are curious about how to get the most out of a vlogging camera, or maybe you have a couple of questions for somebody who knows so much about that stuff and does incredible things, make sure you check that out and give him a shout out.
That dude is a genius when it comes to imaging.
Yeah. And I will say, honestly, the live, okay, I'm just going to kind of talk about Ranieri for a moment.
There you go.
The first time I met Ranieri, I was like, wow, I wish I had that kind of energy and excitement for anything in my life. For anything in my life. Let alone, technology, as much as I do love that. But I wish everybody could meet him in person.
Oh, my goodness.
Because we kind of have to kind of be like, I know digital is weird. You can't, interact the same way that he does. But my gosh, like just the intensity and the magnetism of just this passion for what he does is like second to none.
Yeah.
So absolutely amazing stuff. So make sure you check out the show if you could. That'd be great.
Ranieri, I won't divulge any secrets, but when I think of Ranieri, I think of the sushi restaurant in Vegas. You don't know. You weren't in the car. It's amazing.
Okay, then I don't
It was
want to know.
amazing. Ranieri knows what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Okay.
It was a great time.
The buffet.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what? I got a really funny story too that I'm not going to tell you about. Who does that? Who does that, Larry? Jeez. Anyway.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay,
we should probably start to wrap up because we do have some stuff to complete tonight.
Yeah.
And I fly out in X minus a certain amount of hours.
We have new products coming out that we're completing stuff on.
What? What are you talking about?
Did you see what I did there?
What? What are you talking about?
It's okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the cool thing about, working for a great company like this is you never know what's coming around the corner. So
that was my attempt to make you feel like, what is he doing? Like, I just want to keep you on your toes.
Yeah.
That could have went way worse, but it's okay.
Yeah, let's
it's all good.
So let's do kind of a final call, if I can say this. For any questions that you guys might have, comments, and again, thank you all for being here with us. We appreciate it. Make sure you please are subscribed and put the notification bell on too, so you know when we're going live again or other videos that we're posting. Add some comments. Let us know how we're doing. If we're terrible, tell us we're terrible. If we're doing okay, tell us we're doing okay. If we're doing awesome, we'd love to hear that too. Hopefully that's where we're headed, at least. And anybody who is watching this after the live, you can also put in some comments. You can send an email if you have additional questions, but also I want to put in a reminder too. There's a link for the Sony 101 consultation as well. So if you are trying to find out the perfect Sony product for your needs, and this always sounds so commercially when I say it just because I've said it 50,000 times.
Is that a good or bad vacuum cleaner?
Yeah, I don't know. I never got an answer on that. I do not believe in being a vacuum cleaner salesman. I want people to get the best for their needs. I don't care what it is, as long as it works and it makes people happy. That's the most important thing. And that's what I love about the one-on-one consultation program is you can have that time to talk to a Sony expert and say, hey, I'm looking to get a new camera, and this is what I want to do. This is the stuff I want to film. This is the stuff I want to record. This is my idea. This is my dream. How do I make it possible? And they can give you those ideas and talk you through that stuff. So if you ever need that, check it out. It's pretty cool.
Someone made a recommendation earlier, and I know we're wrapping up, but maybe for the next episode, someone said this is the kind of show that all you need is a glass and some bourbon. It like talk shop. Like literally that was the comment.
Okay.
And
it'll just be chocolate milk.
It will be fancy chocolate milk if it's Derek.
Yes.
See how excited Derek?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a fancy chocolate milk guy.
Yes, I am.
I think we should try that. It's after hours.
I'm a child at heart. I don't believe in aging.
Don't believe in aging.
Yeah. But it happens.
So you say, how's that working out? So, okay. All right, that was my
What'd
piece.
you say?
Yeah. Nope. Wow.
I do have to get my ears checked.
Yeah,
though,
check
too.
with an audiologist. We know a great one.
That's true.
We do.
Hmm.
Shout out to
There's a
Annie.
video about that.
Yeah, shout out to Annie. Okay, what else? Is that it? We're good? I hate leaving everybody.
I know.
I know.
This is the stuff where
sucks.
it's torn because do we keep going and we could still talk. We do have stuff to do, but also it's like I don't know. I'm always torn. What else can we talk about? Let's give it a few more minutes.
There's something. There's something.
Prime Video.
Yes. Let me take a stab at Prime Video.
What was there a question?
No, there's no question.
We talked about Prime Video.
It's in the notes. Did we?
But what?
Prime Video.
And the theater quad.
Oh.
Let me take the theater quad thing because that's from a
Okay.
comment. So let's talk about theater quad. So there was a question in I can't remember which video it was, but the viewer asked why on the theater quad are the upfiring speakers all positioned to the left, and the question was shouldn't it be positioned to the left on the left speaker and the right on the right speaker?
Interesting.
And I thought about that and I'm like,
Yeah.
dang, I think they got us. But then I thought another second, I'm like, but no, you didn't. See, because in the industry, what we have to try to figure out is how to let go of position and channel-based audio performance.
Mm-hmm.
You see, in a three-dimensional space, and this is the great thing about the quad, it doesn't matter where you put the speakers. You can virtually place them anywhere. It's all about sound field optimization and 360 spatial sound mapping that maps and identifies the placement of the speakers, including the left-aligned upfiring speakers, and calibrates the sound processing to deliver the perfect experience based upon where you are as the listener. So whether or not the upfiring speaker was to the left, to the right, or in the middle, it actually doesn't matter. So I appreciated the comment. My personal point to that is if we only made two speakers with left top grills and other two speakers with right top grills, I guarantee you would have seen a markup in price. I'm just keeping it real. The fact that it's not necessary and you can cut costs by developing these. I have the quad. I haven't flexed all day. I have the quad. The quad is a monster.
There it is.
I don't
Joey.
care.
There it
You go,
is.
Joey B. I don't care where the top firing speakers are. But anyway, but I thought that was a point I wanted to touch on there. And my small little nugget on Prime Video calibrated mode. I'm only bringing this up again because of the live sports element.
Mm-hmm.
And with this upcoming Thursday being the first time, I think this is the first broadcast of Thursday Night Football for this year on Prime Video. It will allow a large viewing audience that has a 2024 TV to check out how incredible Prime Video calibrated mode is and what it does with live sports. So for those that are just now joining, you don't really know, let me break it down to you really, really fast, okay? You've got auto-calibrated modes on several of the partners like Netflix, Sony Pictures Corp. But here's what makes Prime Video a big difference. There's a series of 3 sort of boxes it checks before it does the calibration. Number one, it identifies the panel type of your television. So it uniquely knows if you have an OLED or an LED. That's the first thing. The second thing it does is it identifies the ambient light in the area. What time of day is it? Are you getting all the light or are you in a light controlled room? That's number 2. Number 3, it identifies the content. So if you're looking at a dramatic movie, a comedy, or whatever the case may be, it calibrates the pictures mode based upon director's intent for that type of content. If it's live sports that you want to be super bright, vibrant, immersive, it adjusts white balance, motion performance, and all the other, I can't divulge, all the other PQ adjustments for live sports to deliver an incredible experience.
What's PQ?
Picture quality, thank you. Sorry. PQ is picture quality. My bad. You should have a little graphic that pops up every time I say that. But so the cool thing about it is I started watching and testing it with the WNBA. So that looked amazing, looked great. Can't wait for Thursday Night Football. And Prime Video is starting to expand their catalog of live sports. I think they made a play for NBA. I can't remember what happened. But anyway, that's my monologue, soliloquy, or whatever it is.
Nice. All right, good stuff. A couple other things came up here. A request to ask the designers in Japan to come up with a mini quad, retail around $500. Yeah, I mean, honestly,
isn't that the HDAX7 though? Kind of in a way. Hear me out. Hear me out. Isn't it kind of? I mean, a mini quad. You have a center. You have 2 satellite speakers.
Yeah.
That give you this 3-dimensional space. And it's not as good.
It's a stretch to it, but I see what you're talking about. I see.
You said $500, so
that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see what the future is.
The magic bucket. I'm saying it publicly.
Someone already did.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we did.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness me. Okay.
Wow, it's been a year.
Yeah, Malcolm just said, I think the record for the live stream was 9 hours and something. Go for the record. Dude, my flight is in less than that amount of hours, and I'm sorry. I want to go home. I'm sick and I'm tired. But I'm here for everybody here and Larry and John.
Yeah, I think he's gotten me sick, but that's okay.
I apologize because I probably did.
No worries.
I apologize.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, okay, we can wrap up. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, there was what else did I see? Oh yeah, SD brought up the question about Dolby Vision fix. So yeah, I'm guessing you probably joined in a little bit later. Unfortunately, we do not have an update at this time.
Yeah. But
they are working on it, partnering between Sony and Dolby to identify how best to fix it and to make sure that it is going to fix the issue. And sometimes they like to try to maximize what they get out of an update that they push through. So I'm sure there's a lot of stuff going on with it. But unfortunately, at this time, we don't have anything that we can share because we don't know. But I guarantee as soon as we can share something, we are going to share that information. So
there's tons of progress that's been made. We just can't share anything. I probably shouldn't have said that. Yeah. So shout out to Running for Days. That's a great comment. No, you should not feel bad. You shouldn't feel bad. That's awesome. All right. No, go to his camera. All right. So I'll go ahead and wrap up, guys. This will give Derek a break. As he said, please continue to join us. Tell your friends, tell your families. It's a great opportunity for the people that we work with and work for to understand that you appreciate the time that we take. I know I've never said it before. I don't know if we've explicitly said, but we literally fly here every month to do this show just for you all. And that, hopefully you see that as a commitment to you all to get the information and to also bring some incredible content from you for you. So if there's anything you want to see on future shows, any questions that you have the email. We want to try to continue to connect with you all as authentically and organically as possible. We want to be the face and voice of the brand for those of you all who are here with us, and hopefully you'll give us that opportunity.
I almost had it. I was good for a minute, and then you kept talking, and I lost it. But I'm gonna try to go.
Story of my life. I kept talking.
You're not wrong. Yeah, I said that. I said it, and I had a dramatic pause because I'm trying to catch my breath here. But Malcolm Walker asked a question. Oop, it just went away. Which 55-inch TV is the best for PS5 gaming? Well, kind of depends on your needs, really. Technically, in a well-lit room, like probably a 7.
Yeah,
probably a great fit. So. I mean, if you wanted to go OLED, of course, probably a 8 is a great option too. It's honestly, it kind of depends on what sort of scenario you're looking for, and I know we could go back and forth on that a little bit. You may want to consider doing the one-on-one consultation to kind of talk about what your space is like, what type of picture you prefer, and even what types of games you play, because that's going to make a difference too. Because if it's really dark games or really bright games, and what type of room can make a big difference. So those would be great. Either way you look. And actually, since you're here, thanks for joining. If you haven't seen, because I know that you do love digital imaging, make sure you check out Ranieri's In Focus live show that he's going to be doing in a couple days, episode 3, and he'll be doing for the next couple of weeks as we kind of iron out how this is going to move on going forward. But make sure you check it out, because he knows way more than Larry and I combined times about
Seriously.
7 or 8.6. So yeah, tons of information there. And do want to follow up here too. SD, same answer as the entire year. You know,
I just responded to him as well. And
Okay,
I
yeah,
want to take a second to do that.
yeah, totally understand, because I don't want to I don't want to hide any of this stuff. Now, unfortunately, we're kind of low level folks, really, in the grand scheme
I'm definitely
of everything. But we do know people.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff that we're not privy to, and there's a lot of stuff that we are not supposed to know. Because they don't want us to share, and for various reasons, legal, whatever types of stuff. So we are going to be respectful of that, because we're going to keep our jobs to be here to support you guys as much as we can going forward. Now, is this an important thing for them to look at? Absolutely. That's what I know at this point, but I totally understand that there's a frustration behind it from a customer who's like, this is what I want, I'm not getting it, what's the deal? Totally understand that. Yep. And keep bringing it up to us. Absolutely. So we can continue to push that out there and let them know that the people still care. Hopefully I'm not over promising anything, but you know, we can't promise fixes or changes or new products or anything like that, but what we can promise from our side is we will communicate the challenges in the comments out there. We are listening, and we are passing this on, and we will continue to do that going forwards.
100.
Cool. Awesome.
Well said.
All right. I think we can get out of here. Thank you again, everybody who's joined us and anybody who's watched it post live. Yes. Again, let us know in the comments what we can do to support in the best way possible, and we'll be back here again sometime in October.
First half, definitely.
First half of October. Oh yeah, that's right. We gotta. Oh, that's gonna be a lot of talking. That trip.
Clearly, I don't have a problem with that.
That's true. Yeah.
It's just 2 days.
I'm just taking a negative.
But we got to do a bunch of trainings for some awesome team members that we have. So we're going to be doing that as well.
Which feels like 5 days.
Yeah. So everybody be safe, be well, be healthier than me, please. Yep. And don't forget, if you think you might have some hearing challenges, consider doing an online test, going to see an audiologist, and also your family and your friends as well. Yep. Especially as we get a little older, it becomes more and more important that we stay connected and don't start to just disengage and lose some of that connectedness between families. So pass that on to your friends and family as well, and I wish the best for you all out there as well as your families. And we'll see you next time.
Derek said the word connected multiple times. I wonder why.
I actually literally was not thinking of that, but that just says how it's important.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. All right, guys, take care. Have a great one.
We'll see you.
Be safe.